Where's my happiness juice? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. I'm happy now. And... well, holy shit. That was almost really, really bad. Savior Adin, Unbound Knight, Arowell, Landy. Okay, Oxlots, Arunka, and Milim. Hey, we happen to get just so wonderfully good timing. The Savior Adin wasn't pushed up enough to go ahead and S3 into me and utterly fucking destroy me. So we're able to push up the Arunka. The Savior Adin is free to go into with Arowell. Bam, dead. Now all we have left is to damage check this Landy. We don't break the barrier with the first attack. Fortunately for us, this Landy was fast as fuck. So because the Landy was so fast, she didn't really have any kind of bulk on her, and we were able to delete her that way. Then, we just so happened to also still have a barrier on the Unbound Knight Arowell, so we're able to go into her right here. Bam! That was, 9 turns. That's some good shit. So, welcome to the bestest match in the game. I love this shit. It was amazing. So, what's the thing that goes wrong? Okay, so what's the big deal? So here's the problem. The Conqueror Lilias, 15% Hunter S2 on the Dark Corvus, because I was intending on Dark Corvus to be pushed back. Because he did not get pushed back, and then was also provoked by her, so it was like half of 15%. A lot of fun shit there. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, fine, whatever, we'll deal with it. We'll just go ahead and we'll recover a little bit on Iseria, and then we'll deal with it when we deal with it. It's like, it sucks I'm pretty much wasting a turn here, and... you see what I see? That is a motherfucking injury rim. So, thanks, Guild, for not telling me any of this shit. So I'm going into essentially a Dark Corvus bait. So, because my dumbass didn't have, more speed on my Destina than my Dark Corvus, because, hey, stupid fucking me, right? So, now we're able to go into the rim, but unfortunately, our fate is sealed. Because I wanted to save my S3 on Destina just in case. Lo and behold, I go into her, I get a high-rolled S1 into a salvo, then get another S1 from the dual attack from Conqueror Lilias into another salvo. The Dark Corvus is dead, Iseria is dead, we have next to no fucking HP, and we are fucking dead, ladies and gentlemen! I fucking hate this game!
I won't give up. I'll keep fighting.
Let's just move on, shall we? So, okay. Ran, Savior Adin, and a Requiem Roana. This is actually, like, somewhat kind of an interesting comp here. So, we're also going in with Silvertide Christy, a Shadow Knight Pyllis, and Roana as well. Normally, I bring this comp anytime I'm fighting something like, say, Lua, for example, because when I'm fighting Lua, I have, like, close to 300-something F-res on my Shadow Knight Pyllis. However, there is one small factor that you always have to keep in mind of, and that is anytime you are taking enough damage, I believe it's anytime you're below 80% to 70% HP on Pyllis, Shazam, I just lost 60 of my ER. So now I'm like, down in the 200s, like the mid-200s or so. So what does that ultimately mean? Fuck your ER. Doesn't that just feel so good when you have as much ER as I do, but because of that one little dip in ER right there, we're still able to be combated by the Requiem Roana, and we have a death break on us. Fortunately for us, we were hit a number of times, so we have a large stack of will, so we have a lot of base defense on Shadow Knight Pyllis, and then we're also able to get death buff on the entire team, including Pyllis herself. Now, there was one other small mistake that I had made. At one point, I hit the Requiem Roana with Roana instead of, say, Ran, because if I went into Ran, he would already be dead right now due to the dual attack Christy and also the rocket punch damage that my Shadow Knight Pyllis is able to do. Whatever, not a big deal. All that was a time waster. So we were able to kill the Shadow Knight Pyllis. Oh no, not the Shadow Knight. We were able to kill the Savior Adin because we did a lot of damage into her. Pyllis's S3 has a lot of accuracy on it. You're able to go in willy-nilly. And then after that, you just kind of delete the Ran whenever you really see fit. And whenever you're down to, like, well, at least whenever you kill the frontline unit for Requiem Roana, she becomes quite literally useless. She is the slowest unit in the entire fucking game whenever she doesn't have a unit in the front to follow up and do her shenanigans. And that's how that is. So, onto this oh-so other fun match. So this is a Conqueror Lilias, a Rimuru, and an ae-KARINA. I genuinely really don't like fighting these teams, but the good news is, generally, if you go in with Krau fighting a Rimuru, you're more than likely going to take big enough damage to where you're able to heal all that off, and then you should turn cycle around just enough to get your S3 off right before like anything else bad could really go wrong. So this is like perfect speed tuning where it happens, where the Rimuru goes and then Krau goes. And because the ae-KARINA didn't have a lot of HP on her, like normally I think you're wanting to see at least like 16 or so, and I think we did just a little under that, and we were still able to kill her. Shazam. So not a problem. And the only reason why I brought Shuna here was Shuna is the primary unit that I use anytime I'm baiting ae-KARINAs, just because I have enough F-res on her, unless I'm fighting an effectiveness ae-KARINA, that I'm not going to get like utterly destroyed by Death Break and stuff like that. And just straight up, Krau is an incredible unit to bring into any Rimuru situations, period, because he's a perfect bait for the S3 from Rimuru. It's just it really works extremely well. And we have Abyssal Yufine with us because, well, I needed something to clean up the rest of the trash, just in case. Because the biggest threat on the team was if we weren't able to kill the ae-KARINA, but we thankfully had Shuna with us, who was a good bait. Shazam! Guys, it's only been 6, almost 7 minutes, and we're almost done. So, this next fight right here, this is actually one of my favorite teams to fight in the entire game. And I'm going to explain why. I've done this numerous times, but let's go through it real quick. Conqueror Lilias, Mercedes, and Rimuru. What makes this interesting? If you go in with Sinful Angelica and you have enough effect res on your kit, you shouldn't be affected by the Conqueror Lilias. Then the next unit on your team goes, which is going to be Zahhak. You should have enough damage. If you do, you'll kill the Mercedes. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. So in this case, we kill the Mercedes. The Rimuru then reacts, goes into Zahhak, does not steal invincibility, but steals the attack and the speed. That's good. So now, they don't have invincibility that Rimuru could have copied. This then gives us the opportunity to go in with Krau because he took a big chunk of damage from the Rimuru because he jumps up on the CR bar with his S2. Then we go in with Rimuru, or we go into Conqueror Lilias. The two ways you differentiate that is if the Rimuru has crit resist. If it does, go into Conqueror Lilias. Otherwise, you just, dual attack in with the Rimuru, and then you just go in with a Soul Burn Zahhak, kill the Conqueror Lilias. It is clean as fuck. Now... welcome to the real final boss. I fucking hate this bitch. Nahkwol is just one of the worst units in the game, dude. I still don't understand why we don't have a proper counter for this character. But hey, we have Alencia, Nahkwol, and ae-KARINA. So, the one thing in particular that I go for anytime I see this team, which oddly enough, it is this team in particular, like it's always Alencia and ae-KARINA. I guess I understand why, because you have really annoying-ass cancer with Nahkwol, but then you have like these two really bulky units that are on the side. So the thing that I go for in this particular case, she didn't have Guiding Light. Okay, cool. Free opportunity to kill her, and we had just enough other units that were able to dodge her bullshit. Now, the other thing that I was trying to do, I was trying to use the S3 onto ae-KARINA right here with my Assassin Cartuja, but that's actually not even a really good idea. Let's go into Alencia here, and we happen to land the Death Break for it. Cool, because we had just enough focus on Violet. We can just straight up go in with the S2, S3. We go in, we kill it. Now, here's what sucks. We lost Savior Adin to this because, quite frankly, I still haven't quite figured out a foolproof and safe method of fighting Nahkwol. This bitch is insane. Like, you would think something like, say, Elena would work, but no. Elena, if she is hit and if she is sealed by the Nahkwol, or like hit with the anti-attack thing, whatever the fuck it's called, I don't even know, then suddenly Elena doesn't work. It's really, really baffling. I don't understand how the fuck they thought this character was an even remotely good idea. But after we dealt with the Alencia, all we had left was ae-KARINA, and even if Assassin Cartuja died, Violet can just clean the rest of that up. Oh hey, looky there. It's not even 10 minutes in and we're done. Yay! So... okay, not a whole lot to really talk about because we actually burned through this stuff really, really quick. Yeah, I was really, really pissed off with that first match, but I mean, honestly, it's my own fault. And the biggest reason why it's my own fault is because my Dark Corvus has way more speed than my Destina, but my Destina has like really primo gear. I don't want to change any of it out. I probably should get on that and maybe go for a lower F-res version of it so that I can put more speed and bulk on it. I don't fucking know. I'll figure that shit out later. But, like, yeah, that's basically the biggest thing that went wrong in that situation. Sucks. And also just the fact that, like, nobody said that the Rim was on injury. If I knew that the Rim was on injury, I probably would have gone about this whole thing a completely different direction. Because Arunka could have worked on that second team as well. Could have worked. But, like, of course, we just didn't have that information. So, like, hey, what can you do? That's just how it is. And in terms of, like, other rando new stuff that came out, hey, guys, Biblis came out. Who the fuck is Biblis? Oh, that's Arcadie's sister that we just created for the sake of the lore of Epic 7. Oh, why didn't we know anything about her? Because she, quite frankly, didn't exist, but the lore states that she did because, oh, she's like this really OP mage, except she's actually a ranger, so that she has access to Guiding Light and her other new artifacts. She's also a limited character, and because she's a limited character, you guys get to spend some money. Awesome. Okay, so cool. What's my opinion of her? I don't really have an opinion of her because it's her whole gimmick is that she's, hey, I'm on field. Then whenever counters happen, I attack with a counter attack that hits the entire team, and it gives them like Death Break. And I'm like, okay, that sounds cool and all. I think I would rather use something like, say, I don't know, Astromancer Elena and just straight up either make counterattacks not happen or just continue to use things like Roana because that gives you really big, huge, chunky heals every time a counterattack and a dual attack happens. I don't know, man. Or an extra attack, but like, whatever. I don't really have a whole lot to say about her, but she's okay, I guess. Hey guys, we're already at the end of the video. If you like this shit, go on ahead and hit that like button. Makes me feel good. And if you want to see more, hit subscribe or something.